Imagine walking into a restaurant, excited for a good meal, only to feel invisible, or worse, disrespected. That's exactly what happens to our main character, a black woman whose presence seems to unsettle a rude waiter. She's dressed casually, her demeanor calm, but the way she's treated says everything about the assumptions being made. What the waiter doesn't realize, though, is that this isn't just any diner. This woman is a renowned restaurateur, known across the industry for her impeccable taste and ability to transform struggling businesses. And this restaurant, it's about to be hers. As the mistreatment continues, the tension builds. How will she handle this? Will she reveal who she really is? Or will she walk away and leave the restaurant to its fate? Stay tuned, because this story is about more than a bad experience. It's about power, respect, and the surprising ways tables can turn. As the waiter rolls his eyes and dismissively takes her order, the woman stays composed, though anyone watching closely might catch a flicker of amusement in her eyes. She's no stranger to this kind of treatment. Too many times, her skin color and unassuming appearance have led people to underestimate her. What the waiter doesn't see is the years of hard work and success she carries with her, or the fact that she's there on business. The restaurant has been struggling for months, and the current owners are eager to sell. She's been quietly observing everything: the decor, the menu, the staff, and the attitude. This wasn't just a casual visit, it was a test. But now her focus has shifted. This isn't just about buying a restaurant anymore, it's personal. She begins to take mental notes, every detail fueling a plan that's forming in her mind. The stakes are higher now, and she knows exactly what to do. As the evening goes on, the woman notices more than just the waiter's poor attitude. She sees the cracks in the restaurant's foundation, literally and figuratively. The tables are uneven, the service is slow, and the food, though promising, lacks the finesse of a well-run kitchen. Guests at other tables exchange glances, some whispering about the cold soup or missing orders. It's clear this place is on the brink of collapse, but she sees potential. What surprises her most, however, is the passion coming from a young busser who moves quickly, picking up the slack left by the other staff. He apologizes to guests, fixes small mistakes, and works harder than anyone else in the room. Her thoughts are interrupted as the waiter returns with her food, slamming the plate down carelessly. "Anything else?" he asks, voice dripping with sarcasm. She looks at him calmly, deciding in that moment how she'll respond, not just to him, but to everything. The woman takes a slow, deliberate bite of her food, her face unreadable. The waiter stands nearby, arms crossed, as if daring her to complain. Instead, she smiles, a calm, confident expression that seems to unnerve him. "No, I'm fine," she says softly, her tone disarming. He shrugs and walks off, leaving her to quietly observe the room. The young busser's dedication doesn't go unnoticed. She watches as he steps in to help an overwhelmed server, his energy infectious as he tries to salvage the sinking ship. The contrast between his attitude and the waiter's could not be more striking, and it sparks an idea in her mind. But before she can act, an argument breaks out at a nearby table. A customer demands to speak to the manager, furious about her meal. The manager arrives, flustered and defensive, while the waiter rolls his eyes in the background. The chaos spreads, and the woman knows it's time to step in. But how will she reveal herself? The room buzzes with tension, everyone unaware of the shift that's about to happen. As the manager attempts to calm the irate customer, the woman notices something unexpected. The waiter smirks, whispering a comment to a colleague, as though the whole situation is entertainment. It's a small but telling moment, one that confirms her suspicions about the toxic undercurrent running through this place. The manager, though clearly stressed, doesn't seem to have control over the staff. Just as she considers stepping in, the owner of the restaurant arrives, his expression stern as he surveys the chaos. The waiter immediately straightens up, putting on a polite facade that's almost laughable. The owner begins addressing the issue with the customer, offering apologies and discounts. Meanwhile, the woman sits back, unnoticed, and listens carefully. But then the owner makes an announcement that catches her off guard. He mentions plans to sell the restaurant soon, casually hinting at a potential buyer. The woman's expression tightens. Someone else might already be in the picture. Her timeline to act just got shorter, and she knows this night will be pivotal in shaping her decision. With every second that passes, the stakes rise, and she begins crafting her next move. As the owner wraps up his conversation, the woman quietly stands and walks toward the counter. The manager glances at her, clearly too frazzled to give her much thought. The waiter, now attempting to act professional, barely acknowledges her. She clears her throat, her voice calm but firm. "Excuse me, I believe you're selling this restaurant?" The owner turns, surprised. "Yes, that's right. Are you interested?" A small smile crosses her face. "I am. But before we talk, I think you should know what I've seen tonight." Her voice carries across the room, and suddenly all eyes are on her. She recounts the events of the evening, the good, the bad, and the moments of promise. She praises the busser's dedication, but doesn't hold back when describing the waiter's behavior. The waiter's face flushes, his mask of politeness slipping. The owner listens, intrigued. Then she drops the twist. "I'm not just any buyer. I'm a restaurateur who's turned places like this into some of the most successful spots in the city. But I only invest in people who care as much as I do. Tonight, I saw who truly cares and who doesn't." The room falls silent. The waiter shifts uncomfortably, knowing his actions have consequences. She turns to the owner with a final smile. "I'll be in touch. If we move forward, there will be changes." As she walks out, the busser looks up, stunned. She pauses and says to him, "Keep doing what you're doing. You've got a bright future ahead." The door closes behind her, leaving everyone to wonder what's next. The restaurant may never be the same again. A few weeks later, the restaurant reopens under new ownership. The woman, now officially in charge, walks through the doors with a quiet confidence. The space has been transformed with fresh decor, a revamped menu, and a new energy that buzzes in the air. The staff lineup has changed too. The busser, now promoted to a full-time server, works with pride, his hard work finally recognized. The rude waiter, nowhere to be seen. Customers fill the tables, their laughter and compliments proof of the restaurant's turnaround. The woman watches from a corner, her satisfaction coming not just from the success, but from knowing she made a difference. As she leaves for the night, she passes the young server, who pauses to thank her. "You believed in me when no one else did," he says. She smiles, replying, "You earned it." The restaurant is thriving, and so are its people, a testament to respect, vision, and second chances.